What's up, everyone? Welcome to Unscripted Access, episode 168. I am your host, John Macluso, here with Anthony Ta
Hi.
and Bramillion Milan.
Yay.
How are you guys doing today? We all sound pretty tired today.
It is a tiring week.
Yeah, as much as I like the job, it does get tiring.
Yeah, unfortunately, all jobs get tiring after a while.
Oh, I know a way to slightly motivate people. Look at that paycheck. Look at that money.
Yeah, paycheck
Look at that
is
money going
great.
to your bank.
That paycheck does help swallow the bitter pill of no sleep.
Until the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like bye-bye good sleep, hello good paycheck.
Goodbye paycheck, I need coffee.
Yeah. Especially when you have to wake up early for school. Very few things are harder on this world than sitting through a class without falling asleep.
Yeah, like most graveyard shifts too, you're like, 11 o'clock, I'll start, I can start at 11 p.m., 11 to 7. But no, I get the mid of all that. I get the 4:30 a.m.
I will never do that again. Never.
Yeah, I just remembered why I don't want to do that again.
I will never get used to it. That's what I'm saying.
You don't, and it kills you.
You
Slowly.
never. You never ever get used to. Well, it depends what kind of person you are. If you're always been like a 7 or 8 a.m. kind of guy, you will never get used to 4 in the morning.
No.
Especially when everyone does everything at night, and you need to be awake for that.
Especially if you're a driver.
Yeah, because the problem is it's just like, oh, yeah, 4 in the morning, I come home early, but I have to take a nap. Why? Because I gotta wake up in the evening, because everyone does everything in the evening, like go out to eat and hang out, and then you come home and take another nap, so you nap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
missing.
never get
I'm
used to
really
it.
missing sleep more and more now.
I don't.
But
I'm trying to figure out at what point in your life do you finally like get proper sleep as an adult, like midlife.
I mean,
Man.
maybe in your grave.
Because I
Yeah, I
don't
have
know.
no
I don't know
idea.
anybody. I don't know anybody around. I don't know anybody around at least in their 20s that actually have anything called proper sleep.
No, it's true. I mean, like when you're a student, it's tough too because we have people that we work for us that are students, and they're kind of annoying too because they're the ones who are like, "Oh, I can't make it. I have classes tomorrow," and then you're like, "Dude, this is your shift. Why did you even sign up for it then?"
Because
Yeah.
things change all the time. And sleep is especially hard for people like us because we play video games, and when we have an exciting video game, we don't want to sleep because the game's too exciting to sleep out on.
Like Ori in the Blind Forest.
Or City Skylines. I remember when I bought City Skylines on frickin' Steam sale, I proceeded to only sleep 2 hours before work the next day. Man,
The game is so awesome.
that was a brilliant idea. Play City
For me-
Skylines, get really hooked on building my city and growing it and managing all the fiscal BS and pollution, and oh, look at that, it's almost time for work.
Yeah, for me, it's been recently been the Division.
Actually, come to think of it, I don't actually think I slept that night at all. Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
I could spend all night playing The Division.
Oh, you actually liked it, huh?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think I'm on like level 23. Oh, Bremen, I meant to tell you, you'll never guess what I actually got it on.
PC,
No.
the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Holy shoots, dude!
I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you. So I was sitting there with my friends one night, and we were playing Halo. We were playing Griffball, and it was the night that it was the Monday that the Division was supposed to come out, and I was playing Griffball, and they're like, "Oh man, you should get the division. You should get the division." I'm like, "Nah, I'm worried about it. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that great. It's been in too much development hell and this and that." And finally, I'm all like, "All right, fine." So I bought it like digitally, like right then and there, and it's I really like the game. It's good.
I know I'm having a lot of fun with it too, and there's just something about going to the dark zone and watching your back all the time.
Oh man, the Dark
Uh,
Zone is my favorite part about the game. It's
Wait, what
so
is the Dark
scary.
Zone? Is that like flat out free for all or something?
Yeah, pretty much. It's complete anarchy.
But I mean, like
So
it really is like you don't trust anybody. I mean, people can like leave you alone if they really decided to, or they could just like, well, maybe he might have something important. Let's just kill him.
it's one of three things, Anthony, or all three things. So it's a gigantic co-op mode. It's a gigantic Mexican standoff, or it's a giant team deathmatch mode.
Yeah,
Well, it's
because
one
there
of
are
those three
times where
things.
yeah, because there are a lot of times where you'll just run by people and then you just kind of look at each other and analyze each other, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, we don't want any trouble.
Yeah, like there's this time when I guess there aren't too many people yet in the higher level Dark Zone, but my buddy and I were just killing NPCs and getting good gear and stuff like that, and we noticed somebody behind us as we were extracting it. So like I turned around and I would not let this guy out of my sights. Like I was aiming at him the entire time. He kept saluting to me, which obviously meant he wasn't going to do anything, but I didn't trust him. So I didn't let him
Yeah,
leave my sights until my
it,
buddy extracted his stuff and then got him in his sights as well.
yeah, it's funny, right? Isn't it funny? Like it's kind of like fucking like you just it just you can't trust people no more in that game.
No, it's like paranoia is your worst enemy in that game.
It's
You're
Wait,
always
ridiculous,
so what
right?
paranoid.
is so Dark Zone? Is that like an area you have to walk through in every mission or something?
No, it's actually so the entire mission area for all of the um stuff that's not in the dark zone goes all the way in this big old circle. The dark zone is right in the middle. So it's accessible from any place on the map. But
And but they do
it's
give you an incentive to why to go there. Isn't that right,
oh
John?
well yeah, of course, yeah. But it's a blocked off area for like pretty much PvP, Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because
it's a gladiator pit then.
Yeah, pretty much. You can either work together with people or kill everybody. But it's actually highly encouraged for you to work with other players.
yeah, because
But this
even the
this is
NPCs are actually pretty tough.
yeah, but this is like the freaking internet. This one was, working together a thing.
Yeah. But
Well, I
I
mean
mean
that's
it's
why they
worked pretty
encourage.
well in the dark zone.
Yeah, well, I mean also that's why it's encouraging more to like have yourself a team of your friends instead of like people you don't know because
Yeah.
they could turn and freaking backstab you anyway.
Oh, isn't that
Well, anyway,
peachy?
guys, like we
But
can talk about the division
yeah,
for a while.
Bremen, what system do you play the division on?
Xbox One.
Oh, see, if I bought the division, I probably would have got it on PS4, which would be a shame because then I can't play with both of you guys. However,
I see where you're going with this.
you guys are really
Yeah.
slow on
If
this. God damn it.
no, I just didn't say anything. But
But yes,
if you
okay.
okay,
Go
if
ahead.
you get it on the Xbox One, I'll start a new character with you.
Really? You could just power level them, dude.
As far as I know, there was no power leveling in the division.
It works
It's
with my
because
friends.
if you have a high, the problem is if you have someone who's level 30 and then you have Anthony who's level 1, every mission that we do will be my level.
Not unless we take them to one of ours.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, I mean,
Either
I
way,
remember
we're gonna
my.
have people level 30.
I know, but we. I mean, I don't know. I remember like power leveling some of my friends that were low level. They started off low level, and then we just freaking did some like the higher level missions that that are available for me and my
Yeah,
brothers.
well, I mean, if you have a way, we'll do it. But I wasn't aware that there was a way.
Well, yeah, because like I remember when we did it, like my buddy or my brother's friend jumped up 2 levels right away.
Huh. Okay.
But
Well, anyway, then yeah, we'll help you if you so choose to get it.
I'm not sure if you guys caught it because I'm a little confused now. The point I was making is that if I bought a PS4, I wouldn't be able to play with you guys. But in the future, Microsoft's done this thing that will make it possible.
Yeah.
And
That was a very good segue.
I
Very good
already
segue.
caught it, but I mean, I don't know. John, I guess John didn't.
I guess I didn't. Yeah, because I thought I caught it, but never mind. All right. Well, while we're on that note, go ahead, Anthony.
Okay, so what Microsoft has announced for their Xbox platform is that it's going to be cross-platform online play with other platforms. In the past, the Xbox Live used to be completely shut off, and Sony gave you the option to be cross-platform if you want to. Like, for example, like Final Fantasy 14, PS4 people can play with PC people. But and the reason why that game never came to Xbox is because Microsoft had a completely shut off platform. Now they're opening it up. So now developers can choose if they want to make a cross-platform Xbox PC. I don't know if Xbox PlayStation is going to be reality yet because Sony hasn't given a definitive quote about that yet. So there's that. So
But think about the possibilities, people.
Yeah, so that solves a lot of cross-platform headaches. Like, hey, I'm gonna get Grand Theft Auto 5, but one of my good friends, he's a big Xbox guy, but I would rather buy all my multi-plats on PlayStation 4. Well, guess we can't play together. That sucks. Can't do heists together. So one of us is gonna have to give in to the other version. So there's that. But I don't. But Grand Theft Auto 5, imagine cross-platform.
Yeah, like that'd be great, especially with the RPGs. Like Final Fantasy, like you just said, that would be great, or some other ones that come out sooner or later. Be able to play with your buddies. It doesn't matter what system it is on anymore.
Yeah,
the only thing I see,
it's probably kind of. I don't know if this is gonna. Well, at this point, the Xbox One I don't think is gonna get hindered or benefit much, even if they kept Xbox Live closed platform, because if when you make an open platform, oh well, look at that. It's I don't need to buy an Xbox One anymore to play with my friends. I'll just stick to my PS4. I don't need to buy an Xbox One. So that's how it could hurt it in one way.
Yeah, I guess there's that problem. But I mean, I don't know. I think they should think about the possibilities more of what. But it's a business, so I guess you're right.
At this point, I am starting after going to the Xbox Spring Showcase, I kept thinking to myself, they seem to. Phil Spencer says they are not divesting support for Xbox the console at all, but at the same time, just about a large number of Xbox franchises are finding tech demos or ports to PC. Gears of War Ultimate Edition, Tomb Raider, Forza will exist on the PC, stuff like that.
Well, I mean, the thing that for me at least, when I was looking looking at it from my point of view, it'd be harder for people if you played shooters. I mean, if you played shooters and I mean, cross-platform is fine with the Xbox and the PlayStation, but if you do PC, I mean, come on now. Like the PC controls for a shooter, people are saying, and I think this would be an advantage too, right? Because I mean, the mouse is faster.
Yeah, I guess controller advantage.
I mean, for now, if they're really talking about just system to system or different systems, that work online together, and you can play with your friends, it doesn't matter if they're on Xbox or PlayStation network, then I'm fine with it. If they put PC on that, then depending on what game, I guess. But I don't think it'll be fair if it was like a first-person shooter or anything like that.
Because the PC guy just waltzes in, brags about his 980 Ti and 3-way SLI and superior gaming mouse over the peasantry plastic game controller the Xbox guy's using.
But I guess, yeah. But I mean, like some stuff like fighting games, I guess, with fighting games or RPG or even racing, those things will work.
RPGs, I could see that working. Racing for sure.
The fighting, I guess, is the same thing. I mean, you just use a regular controller or joystick or whatever.
I think that's probably going to be one of the limitations. It's just kind of, oh, well, on PC, you will win more matches on PC because we're the best platform for online play because we've got all the better controllers, whereas you peasants have to deal with stupid, pre-approved controllers.
I don't know, man. I mean, I've heard of there's professional players that still use the controller too.
It could be, yes. And, fun fact,
Well, I mean,
Xbox
for
One
fighting,
controller,
for
plug it
fighting.
into your Windows 10 system. Ding. Works.
Whatever, man. I mean, the whole point is I want it to happen where PlayStation Network and the Xbox Network can work together and you can actually play your friends on a different system. Because yeah, it's great that you can play with your friends, and yeah, okay, maybe it'll hurt like Xbox One sales or PlayStation 4 sales. I don't think it will though. I think that would encourage it more, right? Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Problem
I doubt
is,
it's going to make a difference. Sales.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
the
right?
PS4 is speeding away and will never stop speeding away for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
I also noticed that one of the big problems here is communication. Like, can the PS guy send the Xbox guy a message? Can they even sit on voice chat? You can't, right? Unless it's inside the game itself, right?
Well, you could. I mean, unless you could use like the way you do the party chat on your Xbox One and PlayStation.
I imagine it's very different though, because you gotta talk about like PlayStation Network, the online network that still can't let you change your online ID, and even like the head guy or one of the head guys came out and said, "Yeah, you can't change your PlayStation ID. Sorry." Yeah. So like something as simple as that, I'm just like, okay. So this is going to be kind of more like if there is cross-platform, the developers are going to have to build their own network background, like how MMOs do it. Then,
Or we could just do it the old-fashioned way and just Skype each other while we're playing the game.
yeah, the old-fashioned way. Which, by the way, Xbox One, snap Skype onto your what's it called, Xbox Snap? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the advantage of Xbox One, though. I give them that. Which is what PlayStation does not have. Kind of a disadvantage.
Yeah. I think communication will probably be the biggest problem, but cross-platform, it's kind of nice. I don't know how many games will actually do that, because it's...
Well,
I don't know many PS4 games that actually cross-platform.
Well, I'm thinking maybe they're thinking like, they're gamers. They'll figure a way to communicate to each other when they really need to. They've done it before.
Right.
Right. I mean, when you think about it, right? Like for example, like when me and John were playing Monster Hunter. There's no communication on the DS or something, but we found like, oh, we'll just call on the phone, or we'll just Skype, or we'll use TeamSpeak.
Right, gotcha. TeamSpeak.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
speaking
sure.
of.
Pretty sure they won't have cross-platform party chat, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to speak to each other in-game.
Yeah, I'm thinking in-game is possible. Messages and party chat, no.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Like I said, but I mean, like when you think about it, that won't really stop any gamers to not be able to find a way to communicate to each other when they're playing a game. They'll always find a way.
Right.
Like even if they set it up for a game, if it's set up for a certain game and that can do that, at some point we're probably gonna find something better anyway. Like they're, for all we know, the gamers themselves will probably find a better way to to communicate.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's really cool the fact that, well, for one, it was completely unexpected. Like one day I just looked at the news and that was there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what? How cool!
Cross-platform communication between PC and Xbox is easy, at least if you have Windows 10. Xbox app, party chat there. So that problem right there has already been solved because Microsoft.
Oh yeah, well, I kind of figured that was known, I guess. It's just the PlayStation to Xbox that we'd have to worry about as far as chat's concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they could just get it to, well, first step is see if you can get it to work, and then from there, I guess they could just work around it after that.
Right.
But I'm all for it. That's my
I'm
main
for
thing.
it too. I mean, if anything, at this point, I'm kind of like seeing it as like the Xbox is like so far behind that it's getting to the point where it's like, is this where we say the Xbox can never catch up? Because Xbox ended up becoming half console, half PC, and yet is investing a lot into PC. That kind of stuff. It's kind of more like, okay, consoles versus PC at this point. Or at least that's what sometimes feels like. It's just like you can like say the Xbox One's better all you want, but you're really far behind at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I try to find ways to still enjoy playing on the Xbox, even if I have both. It doesn't. I try to, like, I'm like for example, I'm actually gonna buy games for my Xbox One more often now.
Yeah,
See,
me
for
too.
me, my Xbox One's in a box until Forza Horizon 3 comes out. Which, that was a news story. There's going to be an announcement for a new Forza game this year. And I'm like, well, duh.
Surprise.
It's like, but no shit. Like, what else is new? Oh, PlayStation 4 is #1 in sales again. Who knew? Oh, look at that. Another Call of Duty game.
Yeah, who knew?
I don't even think you even need to announce that there's going to be an announcement for Forza. Like, I'm like, do you guys really need to do that? First, I know it's going to happen this year. Two, do you really need to do that? Because I don't think people really get that hyped for a new Forza game. Considering there's one coming out every year, so there's, you don't really need to guess much on when it's going to come out. And there's like 3 different development teams for it now. There's the one that makes the Motorsport, there's one that makes the Horizon, and then there's the smaller team that is testing Forza out on a PC. Which is 4K compatible for those who think like Nick does with his computer.
Yeah, Mr. 4K over there.
Speaking of Xbox sales, hey, they've tried to boost sales. This time in the form of for a limited time, $50 price cut. So now the Xbox One bundles are now at $300.
I mean, I guess if I was going to buy an Xbox, I probably would be happy about that.
Yes, you would be, because it includes a game. Because it's a bundle.
Oh.
Depending which bundle you get, which at this point they've bundled just about every single game they could find. So, you want a Tomb Raider bundle? There you go. You want a Forza bundle? You used to be able to find one. You wanted a Halo bundle? Still there. And there's 2 different kind of Halo bundles. Do you want the collection of old games, or do you want the new game? You want a car bundle? Here you go. You want this? Yeah, you want to bundle like 2 or 3 games on top of that? Sure.
Oh, just going a little bit off track, but I downloaded this game that was free on Xbox. If you're a gold member or whatever. It was like Lords of the Fallen. So I don't know. You guys ever seen that one or?
No.
No.
Well, I'm about to find out if it's any good because they're giving it away for free at Xbox store.
All right. As you were saying, Anthony.
As I was saying, so yes, if you don't have an Xbox One and need a good deal, this is a good deal right now. Because, yeah, as mentioned earlier, they kind of need any help they can get up at this point.
That's messed up, Anthony. You're talking like they're dying or something.
Dude, when PlayStation's #1 every month, except for maybe 1 month out of every year, what would you say? Exactly.
I'd
Yeah,
say
that's fair.
That's exactly right there. Speechless. No, it was like, well, yeah, it's just like, well, at this point, like, so, like, Microsoft, like, I really like Phil Spencer. Microsoft may have, like, awesome leadership and all that stuff, but, they're getting pretty distant in second place.
Well, I mean, aren't they getting more exclusives though?
Name one.
Oh, so I'm guessing Quantum Break isn't one of them.
PC.
No, yeah, it's on PC.
Gears of War 4? Maybe? Forza? Well, there's Apex on PC.
Yeah, Gears of War is not coming out here. I'm calling it right now.
Let's see, what else do they have? Halo. Halo.
Maybe they'll have Halo Wars come out this year.
Maybe? I forgot that's even
Maybe.
happening.
What do you mean? They're doing Halo Wars too. They already announced it.
I know, but I forgot that they're working on that. Like, I know Halo Wars, I know there's a second one, but I forgot that they were working on it.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't think of much, really. Xbox One's been sitting in a box, and I'm just like, yeah, Forza and Halo, that's literally it, and 360 games.
Well, I cannot lie when I say this, but my Xbox is always on every day as my TV box.
My PS4 and Xbox One are not on every day, which kind of probably tells you I'm not really I'm not playing on the console as much, partly because I didn't buy anything for them lately. If anything, I actually have all the reason to spend a lot of time with my Wii U this section of the year at least.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
It's like, hey, Xenoblade, that's gonna take me forever to finish. Hey, remake of my favorite game ever, that will also take me time to finish. Hey, Pokken Tournament just came out, and oh wow, Star Fox.
Twilight Princess.
Yep. And then, of course, once May rolls by, then Sony will take over the world as
Yeah.
planned.
Hey, speaking of, real quick, since I mentioned it, Twilight Princess, did you get the amiibo by chance?
Yes, I did. It's still in a box.
Is that not the prettiest amiibo ever?
I'm like, damn, where did they put this quality? Like, where did they just simply say, you know what, let's just put the quality up, because that's the nicest looking amiibo that's actually detailed.
Yeah. It's sick.
So when we talk Nintendo, we're just talking about their amiibos then.
I mean, the amiibos are awesome.
It's just Nintendo decided not to make enough, and when they do make enough, people have kind of stopped caring.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
But I promise, Bremen, if you saw, like, just look up the Wolf Link amiibo, and you'll understand. It's sick. I don't keep my amiibos in their boxes because I don't like packaging. So
yeah, I'll probably open them one day.
Yeah, it's amongst my amiibos right now. I'm actually staring at it from across the room. It's super pretty.
I know, it's like, but like, not just across the room, but like up close, you're just like, wow, they actually detailed this stuff.
The detail is ridiculous.
I'm
Wolf
like,
Link
dang.
actually has his ears pierced still.
Wolf Link, they actually detailed the hair on Wolf Link, and I'm just like, wow, because I look at all the other amiibos, like the regular Smash Brothers Link one, and I'm like, yeah, that's sort of his face, and yeah, I guess it's good enough. Basically, they said they had a bit of a cheap toy quality look to them, and then I look at the Wolf Link one, I'm like, wow, this actually is hella awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, looking at my collection, I have 3 of the most detailed. I have, like, you know, the Wolf Link, and then I have the SNES pixelated Mario, and then the Woolly World Wool Yoshi.
Oh yeah, that Yoshi one's really good too.
Yeah.
So
I also
cute.
have Little Mac, but he's a normal Little Mac.
That
Anyway,
Yoshi
sorry
is adorable.
guys. We could talk about amiibos all day too.
Yes. But Xbox One, $300 and for a bundle. So if you want an Xbox One, there you go.
Yeah, now's your chance, people. You want an Xbox One or a nice cable box?
When was the last time anybody ever mentioned a cable box thing? Because like Kinect completely fell out of relevance at this point. Like even at Spring Showcase, they didn't mention one word with Kinect, and I'm like, dang.
I think maybe because people are maybe they figure like people already know what the Kinect can do, like the old Kinect, you know.
Yeah, they already know what the Kinect would do, and there's really nothing new about Kinect. Not to mention, Kinect just made everything more expensive.
Yeah, and I noticed not much games even for the Xbox One that are Kinect. Like, there's not really a lot.
It's an expensive voice recognition tool. Like,
Oh
like
yeah,
every time I see Kinect, the only two times, well, Bronson has one of those Kinect Xbox Ones, and the only two times I've ever seen him use Kinect was dancing and voice commands.
yeah. That's probably the only
That's
reason
literally
why I
it.
would.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Twitch streaming camera.
Well, yeah. There's that. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I thought, for me at least, when I envisioned the Kinect, like the games that it would have, I thought it'd be like, oh, first person shooting should be freaking fun when you actually move and duck on your own, but that doesn't happen.
All I have to do is remember the 2009 Kinect presentation. That's all I need to know about why Kinect wouldn't work with games. Or at least I think it was 2009.
Well, I guess we really can't say. I mean, Sony did have their flop too.
Right. Which, by the way, I don't. Okay, I'm not calling this thing a flop quite yet. But speaking of like expensive things for game consoles, hey, PlayStation VR, that has a price now.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not
great!
cheap.
How much is it?
It will cost you $400.
As much as
Oh.
the console itself.
By the way,
Oh,
in order to
gee.
use this $400 piece of head equipment, you need a PlayStation camera, which is an additional $60.
Oh, gee! I cannot wait to play that.
If you're playing a game that needs a PlayStation Move, that will also tack on more to the price.
Yeah, like the Move really did a lot of games out there. Totally having fun with that right now.
So so we were like talking about last week about how like PlayStation VR being more expensive than the console that runs it. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, you really have to show me some really good games for that one.
They say 50 games will be available for this thing at the end of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if Uncharted 4 works with PlayStation VR, so you have the quintessential Nathan is gonna die first-hand experience through VR, so...
Well, something like that, I probably would be like, okay, I'm interested. But if it's going to be like the ones that we saw on the PlayStation Experience, Anthony, I do not think I am sold yet.
Well, yeah. Like, I will look at that and I'm like, oh, so a bunch of research tech demos. While really awesome for research, not so great for practical applications, considering, again, $400. This, like... I understand that new tech is expensive all the time, but, it's like, all right, maybe I should just, like, wait until this thing gets even cheaper than $400, because, dang.
I mean, unless they make, like, a freaking, like, the virtual, where you get to play, like, dead or alive characters, and then you, like, get to fight them, and it's, like, virtual, I think I could get on that, but it's really far-fetched.
I think of other reasons why you would find VR Dead or Alive appealing, Bremen.
Well, it's because the fighting mechanics are awesome.
Yes. And physics.
Lots of physics.
Yeah, the physics.
Yes, lots of physics.
Can you imagine a virtual reality of that?
Can you
with the
imagine
headset
some
on?
We
Japanese
wouldn't see
developer
Bremen-
abusing
we
the
wouldn't-
fact that your entire field of vision is covered up by the headset and then they, do whatever?
We wouldn't see or hear from Bremen in months.
And that's just Dead or Alive.
Yes, can you imagine the possibilities?
Oh, God. John, we need to make sure Bremen's still okay once VR comes out, featuring Dead or Alive support.
Just in case we don't want to see certain things, so we'll send Bronson in.
Right. Let's do
Bronson
that.
will come and check on you.
As far as like VR solutions go, this is probably one of the cheaper options because the Oculus Rift, which requires a PC, and I imagine it has to be a fairly powerful PC, is like it's gonna be $600.
Yeah,
So
see, and then
virtual
this
reality as a whole is expensive. Like, we don't like that the PlayStation VR costs like more than the system that runs the software, and then you have to tack on the camera and potentially PlayStation Move on top of that. But VR isn't cheap right now, no matter where
see,
you
and
look.
then you get these like, and then you get the PC fanboys out there too that are like, well, yeah, it's all we're superior. Really? How much did you spend on your PC? And the other stuff that
everyone's
you're
like, oh
getting
well,
for
a
it.
PC is dollar for dollar better. Yeah, but I don't have $1,000 to just randomly dump right now.
Yeah, dollar for dollar better. How much dollar?
Yeah, how much dollar did you spend? But I don't know. That's an entire debate on its own at this point. It's like it basically became PlayStation versus Xbox versus kind of Nintendo now to consoles versus PC.
I think I think that's actually a good one. The consoles versus PC, because then that will push the consoles maybe to to try and get better.
Well, I hope so, because at this point the consoles are basically oh man, it sounds harsh when I put it this way. Glorified laptop processors.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they're
that's how they're
glorified
so
laptop
cheap.
processors that we can all afford.
Yeah.
As
also
opposed
convenience.
to
Like I also would argue for convenience. With the PC, well, I had to do this on John's computer. I had to install Windows, install drivers, install Steam, and then yada yada yada. Consoles, oh, just take it out of the box, plug it in, and go.
Yeah.
That plug in and go is easy and anybody can do. The PC part, it's
and not
it's
to
not that hard
mention-
finding drivers, yeah, but that's still something you need to know. But anyways, yeah. So that's PlayStation VR. I would like to try
that,
it
guys?
out, but that will require me to know someone who owns it, and I'm pretty sure it will be very unlikely I will find anyone in our friend network that owns PlayStation VR.
Well, the thing is too, like with the PC, also is like not that I'm really bashing much of it, but I kind of am. But it's like with our buddy Nick over there. Oh, you should totally check out my system. It's 4K and everything. Oh, really? Well, why don't you just bring that over, Nick, and show us? Oh, I
bring
can't.
it, bring it to the hotel room, and when we go to E3, bring your TV too.
Yeah. Oh well, it only weighs like how much did he say it weighed, Anthony? That's why he
I
couldn't bring
have
it.
no idea, but that thing is huge and heavy.
Exactly, my point. I'm like, oh yeah, you really want to show off your stuff? That's great. Great.
4K will change my life. Well, I looked at 4K gears. Yeah. It looked really clean, but I just like, yeah, I'm not really seeing how 4K can change my life quite yet.
Oh, it'll change your life. I'm talking like a vivid video type life.
Oh boy.
I'm
Okay.
just spoiling it.
Hey, we mentioned Uncharted 4 during this whole thing. Like, I remember, like, Uncharted 3, it was like, you could play Uncharted 3 on a 3D TV, and actually it was kind of a little nifty, and that was it.
Well, I mean, when you think about it too, like, not a lot of people are talking about 3D TVs anyway. Right? Like, I mean, do you remember 3D TVs nowadays? I don't. Like, I see a lot more of 4K TVs.
Right, and guess what the latest fashion in TVs is? Curved televisions.
Yeah, that's really what it is
For
now.
the penultimate style in viewing.
Yeah, weird.
I will be honest though, having recently gone to Best Buy and looking at like like browsing for a TV, I looked at the curved TVs. I'm like, wow, this is incredibly stylish. And yeah, it is kind of nice that you can stand like pretty far to the side and still get a good view of the picture. That being said, though, as far as like most of our bedrooms go, completely unnecessary.
Yeah, and it only cost you a amount of a car.
I remember I asked the guy there a long time ago. I was like, "So what's the use of this TV?" And he's like, "For parties." So basically, if you have like a huge living room and a lot of people watching, and some of them have to stand to the side, that's when the TV makes sense. But there you go. There you go. Flagship television.
Yeah, I think something like that is good for like your living room when you're watching a game with all the guys, and like they could just sit pretty much anywhere now.
Yeah, like I said, a crowded like for partying. But let's be honest here, I don't know anybody who has a house with a big living room to need that kind of TV. So it is like completely unnecessary.
It's just one of those, things that it right now. That's the big thing. Everybody likes that, or I don't know if
Also
everybody
because
does.
also because people like the resolution difference isn't good enough. Color, we must bring out the most vivid, the most vibrant, the most contrasting, and the most
Yeah, but
glorified color.
yeah, but
your life.
you remember back then when they were hyping up 3D TVs, and then like, oh, you have to wear glasses, and now I don't even see a lot of 3D TVs anymore.
Well, it's either that or they have it built in by default now. Like I think Sony
still.
Bravias, their 4K TVs have 3D TV as standard. They just don't advertise it because color.
Well, maybe because people don't like watching stuff with glasses a lot. I mean, unless you go to an actual movie theater.
Well, yes. I like the movie theater with. Yeah, I watched a 3D movie once. I was like, that was kind of nice, I guess.
Well, yeah, like I said, if you're in the theater where your freaking screen is humongous, it works. But go ahead.
Yeah, it was just like when you have to wear an extra accessory to get an experience. I think that's where the line has to be drawn. If I have to wear special equipment to enjoy something, there's a problem.
Hey, man, I'm gonna watch Batman vs Superman on freaking IMAX 3D. So, and I got my tickets already, so I'm good.
Oh boy.
I shall be enjoying that. Just throwing that in there.
All right,
what else
Anthony,
you
what
got?
else you got for us?
Did I say Uncharted 4 is... Oh yeah, I was talking
Is
about
gone
Uncharted...
gold?
Yes, it has gone gold. It's ready.
Yeah,
They showed a
buddy.
picture and it says it can install. That means it's done. Which I don't know if that's actually really like 100% valid, like good proof. But if it installs, it's gold, right?
I
want it
guess.
now.
Wait a minute. When is that out anyway?
It's coming out in May. They delayed it because what was it? The reason they couldn't print enough discs to satisfy pre-orders and retailers.
Hey, but look at that! At least they're thinking ahead. At least they're not pulling a Nintendo.
Yeah, now let's not print enough discs and then cause eBay like let's not make any money while jacking up eBay prices as high as possible. But knowing Sony, they would have had a digital version and people would have bought it through there instead.
Yeah, they seem to have a way. If it's to make money, they'll have a way.
See, like this is why digital stores are kind of nice. If you can't find it in real life, well, you still have the option of purchasing it digitally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for Uncharted as well, man.
So am I, but I have so many games to get through right now. I think this is the year I can finally save money on games because I can't finish anything.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Because it's like, I'm sorry, but like Nintendo alone will last me like until the end, like until the middle of summer at least, at the rate I'm going right now.
Just throwing this out there, but dude, John, you gotta freaking send me your damn Xbox One tag.
Hey, Anthony, do you know what my X1 tag is? I'll give you a hint. It's the same as everything else.
Email
You're a freaking. I'll just
No,
go
but-
with that then.
Yeah, it's the same as everything. If you, just for anybody listening, I don't care. If you want to add me, it's the same as everyone. It is the same. And I'm happy it happened to get that way. That way I'm just all like, because people ask me all the time, like, oh, hey, what's your Xbox? Or hey, what's your PSN? And I'm like, well, it's the same as my Steam. It's the same as my, well, it's almost the same as my Blizzard because you
I
need
think
those
that kind of
stupid little
helps
numbers.
sometimes because it's like, oh, I know who that person is for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I wish I could do this. I wish I could say the same for my Xbox One.
Like Bronson
ID.
is like Bronson. It's like anyone says Undying Sarge. Oh, that's Bronson. No
Yeah.
mistake about
Yeah.
it. That's Bronson.
I don't know. I had trouble with my old Xbox account, so I had to renew a different one.
Oh no.
But per John and Anthony, it's Vermilion.
Well, yeah,
Chief
that's how we
SP117
always
and
introduce
everything.
you to this show. The Lord Vermilion.
Yeah,
Milan.
so there you go. It's out there now.
But okay, so there's Uncharted 4. Okay, so normally I don't like talking about rumor news because, you know, it's the internet. But this kind of surfaced up on the Facebook feed because my Facebook feed has identified that I'm a gamer and has now tailored its news stories to my liking, which is kind of creepy. Rumored PlayStation, like a 4.5, a PlayStation 4 that can do 4K. I already thought that the PlayStation 4 could play 4K Blu-ray movies, but I'm not 100% sure now. I don't know if they mean 4K gaming. I just saw PlayStation 4.5 with 4K or shit like that.
Well, I mean, does that mean we're going to buy another PlayStation 4 for that?
I don't think so, because it says 4K. So if you don't have a 4K TV, there's really no point in buying it.
Ha! I'm in the money. I have a 4K TV.
If it is like a freaking like a new 3DS kind of system, all right, whatever.
I don't care. You said if you had a 4K TV, and I do, so I'm good.
Okay. I'm thinking that this has to be more than just like enabling resolution support through the system software if they're going to release a new system, which means there has to be some hardware change in there too.
Well,
Also, okay, so there's that. Last piece of news story I have is actually a little bit kind of like one of those journalism publisher relations, PR relations course sort of thing, I guess. So, you guys know who Jim Sterling is?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy is now facing a $10 million lawsuit by, I forgot what the publishing company name is. But he's facing a $10 million lawsuit by a video game publishing company for slander. Because Jim Sterling is very vocal about his gaming views and expresses it through his show, The Jinquisition, and the game publisher is claiming that, hey, you talked bad about us and we've lost a lot of money and potential sales, so we're going to sue you. And $10 million.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if they're losing sales, they might as well make their money somehow, I guess.
If they're losing sales, it's for a reason, not just him. That's stupid. That is a stupid lawsuit.
I think it's a stupid lawsuit because I do believe that we live in a world where when you make we live in a country at least, that when you make something and someone doesn't like it, they have the right to an opinion about what you make.
Yeah, but lawsuits.
It's like, I mean, there is a bit of a gray area because, you know, libel and slander and all that kind of stuff. But if someone doesn't like your game and they tell other people that they don't like your game, I think, well, like seriously, like this, I just think that if somehow the company wins the lawsuit, which I don't think will happen, that could be terrible because that would just go back to, well, we're Microsoft and we don't like your review and you're being too critical of Halo, we could, you know, ruin your credibility and sue you and you'll be out of work forever.
Oh crap, Bronson's in trouble then with Call of Duty.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's just kind of like, I do believe this is how the internet. Well, this is not how the internet. This is how like things work. Like, should we all sue anybody that says like, John's a bad person? Libel. John is free to sue whoever.
No, John, a bad person? No.
Oh, but John ruined my career. I have to because he said bad things about me. I'm gonna sue him. Stuff like that. I'm not saying that you actually would do that, John. I'm just using an example.
Yeah, no, I know.
Please don't kill me.
Yeah, please don't
Never,
sue him as well.
But no, it's just I just think it's a little bit ridiculous. It's just like if you make a bad game, then people won't like it. And here's the thing. Jim Sterling, despite the fact that he is a very vocal person, it's not there's like multiple factors. One, I don't think he is the most listened to guy on YouTube. Like I looked at his videos, I think on his YouTube channel. I don't think they hit 1 million. So, and it's the opinion, and the thing I always think in mind is that if I don't like Jim Sterling, the way I look at it is his opinion is the opinion of one person. Is how I look at it. He's one person. He's not. Oh man, how do I explain it? It's not like it's some anti-club, I guess.
Well, maybe because he's probably well known. That's why they have a little bit of issue with that.
Probably because I guess like he's well known. Like say for example, like some celebrity you like. If a celebrity you like says this product sucks, you're not going to buy that product because you trust their opinion.
That's probably like with
consumer
with
advice. That's what Bronson calls it. He calls it consumer advice. So
that's probably like with Nick. Nick
like,
will like Margot Robbie will say something bad about something, and then Nick will be like, "Oh yeah, it's Margot Robbie."
But yeah, consumer advice. And here's the thing: like fans of the Jimquisition and Jim Sterling, their gaming views align with his, and that's kind of like that's also another point that Bronson highly emphasizes is that when you are reading reviews, you want to find a reviewer who your tastes line up with, so that way you get better advice. For example, I tend to be into RPGs and racing games. I'm probably not going to align with a person who's heavily invested into shooters. So, if why do you like Jim Sterling? Well, it's probably because your gaming tastes align with his, or your gaming or your reviews align with his. And that's fine. And here's the thing, even if like say a person who likes Jim Sterling's stuff says, hey, even if that person had never seen the Jimquisition in his life or knew who Jim Sterling is, he would probably still play that publisher's game and still think that it sucks really bad and would tell people about it.
Well, it's word of mouth. That's the problem.
Yeah. The thing is, like,
it doesn't have to be somebody popular, exactly.
Like, I don't think like everyone listens to Jim Sterling. Okay, like, yeah, the guy's got a really good fan base, and like that really supports him and all that kind of stuff too. But it's not like you have to agree with him on everything. Like I remember Yahtzee said you shouldn't like Ori and the Blind Forest because it's another stereotypical sad game featuring little things, featuring this stereotype and that stereotype to form the stereotypical sad game that makes you go aww.
Well, I mean,
and people took offense to that, even though even though Yahtzee probably has at the time he had a pretty good fan base. People were like, well, I like Ori and the Blind Forest, so what if it follows this
I guess there's people out there that they do depend on another person's review. Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
You kind of need to do that because not everyone on this planet has the time or money to demo every single game out there. So you kind of rely on others to tell you, whether it's worth buying or not.
Like for example, remember the conversation we were having, Anthony, where it was just you and me talking. and you told me Bronson's opinion on the division, right? And then I was
Right.
like, wait a minute, now come on, it's bad? I don't think so, man. Yeah, and I played it myself, and I'm like, well, actually, I enjoy it. And then I'm surprised to hear that John enjoyed it, whereas Bronson's like, well, it's kind of bland.
Yeah, like that kind of goes back to my whole. Well, yeah, Jim Sterling may have a following, and yeah, Jim's opinion has a lot of weight. But I look at it as okay. So Jim Sterling's opinion is the opinion of one person. He just happens to be more prominent, like a more prominent opinion. Because the thing is that if everyone
Yeah,
out there thinks your game sucks, even though if everyone thinks your game sucks, well, then the opinion is most people think it sucks.
well, I mean, think about it too. There's games out there that are like probably good, like really good, and probably better. But because of other people talking smack about it, or they didn't like it, or certain things they didn't like about it, then you got other people listening to them or listening to their friends talking about how bad it is, that they go, "Oh, okay, I'm not gonna get it then."
But that's kind of true for anything and everything. I could come up to you, Bremen and John, and I would just simply tell you, don't buy a Toyota Camry, it fucking sucks, and I hate that car. And I will admit, and even though like that car has some likable traits about it, I would tell you, no, don't buy that car, I hate that car. Then Toyota comes
Yeah.
out and sues me because, I costed them like 5,000 automotive sales. Which
Yeah,
where do we want to be? Like in an extreme case, I'm not saying this will happen, but in an extreme case, it's going to be like nobody's allowed to speak bad about anything because everyone will be offended.
yeah, everyone's just a bunch of softies around, like just
Like that game publisher, I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but I do believe we are allowed to have an opinion.
yeah,
It's
but
just that when you start bringing libel and slander into the equation, it starts getting a little mucky. But
it turns
yeah.
into something that just goes back and forth. Like, yeah, you have an opinion, you have the right to your opinion.
Yeah, you have
but
an
then you're
opinion,
hurt.
but you have slandered us and costed us like significant business.
Yeah, and then it just goes back and forth, and here we go again.
Yeah. My opinion is I don't think the company's gonna win this lawsuit because, well, if you make crappy products, I'm sorry, you make crappy products.
Yeah, and then on the other side, you have the ones that are games that are overhyped, or things that are overhyped.
Right, and that's how class action lawsuits happen. Wasn't there a game that had a class action lawsuit happen? And that's what game action. That's what class action lawsuits happen for false advertising. That's what people do.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, what else you got?
Well, that's actually all I have. Actually,
Sweet. Well, I know we have some comments today because I cheated and I already looked at them. But let's go through them. I cheated.
That takes out the fun of announcing that we have comments.
Well, I got excited, Anthony.
Okay. We have comments again.
Yes.
Oh my good. I mean, I guess that could be the excitement right there. We got it. We got comments again.
Hooray! Finally, or not
As
finally,
always,
but,
we
great.
answer the previous episode's comments at the end of the new episode every single week, or every single episode, I should say. So yeah.
And we promise we will be consistent, or at least try to. Well, that goes for every show that, or shows that we have out there in the site too. Anyway,
So, would
go
you
on.
like to read the comments, John?
Oh yeah, I actually don't have them loaded up right now. I read them earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
You
I'll read.
bastard, bringing that up and then you don't even have it ready.
I'll read
I read
it
them
right-
earlier.
I'll read it right now.
Thank you.
First comment comes from Jason Bourne. Fable series was good, but I think it overstayed its welcome. Not sure where it would fit in the market now.
Wait, you talking about
if-
Fable?
Yeah, this is in response to Fable being canceled last week and Lionhead Studios potentially closing.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that series looks like I don't know. I feel like that series pretty much was dead anyway. It was dying.
Yeah, and I think like at some point they were like, Fable was going to be like Xbox's Pixar project. I mean, I don't know if it actually would be described as a Pixar project, but it's kind of like more one of those this is the family friendly, cute mythical look sort of thing, I guess, in a way. More like a fairy tale. Hence,
Well, I
Fable.
mean, don't get me wrong. I feel kind of bad in some ways that I'm like, oh, I guess we're not going to see a Fable that might be better someday.
The problem is
But-
that franchise, the name alone, will forever live in history as a franchise that never lived to its expectations, except maybe the first game.
Yeah, that is sad but true.
And even the first game was kind of pushing it.
Yeah. So like that's the like if they had called it something not Fable, that probably would have been a lot more acceptable. But yeah, it's gone. Overstayed its welcome. I kind of agree with this one. It was already kind of dead after 3.
Yeah, it was already dying. I agree.
Like 3 was the last one, and then it just.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I played demo 3 and then got a bit lost. Kind of like the look though. Okay, next comment is from Xbox Chick. This is the first game I ever played on my Xbox. I think she's referring to Fable. Brings great memories, but it is time for this series to walk into the sunset.
See, it sounds like already everybody agrees as well.
How do I put this? I think walking into the sunset is a little. The way Microsoft did this and the way that franchise just kind of died out, it's more like it's being buried.
Yeah, I think it's more like let's just forget this ever happened.
Yeah, shot in the back, buried. You won't remember this as one of the franchises that helped somewhat build the original Xbox brand.
Yeah, I think it's more of they're just trying to put that behind them now, you know?
Yeah. And focus on Windows.
Hooray!
Well, you know what? You never know. Maybe Fable Legends would have made a decent Steam sale game. You never know. Let's see. Next comment is rock out with your controller out. I'm not surprised about the PS4 sales, especially with Uncharted 4 looming in the future.
Yeah, they will only sell more.
Yeah.
As,
They'll only
as
sell
I
quickly
mean,
more.
as
they're,
that
they're on a roll
day
right
comes.
now, right? They're
I
on a
keep
roll.
saying
Yeah.
it. Starting in May, Sony will take over the world. And it will be up to the Master Race to stop it.
Yeah, maybe that rumor back then about PlayStations is going to be true, where it can control missiles.
I think our processors today are very much capable of doing that. Which is fun little trivia. Anthony's random trivia of the day. The PlayStation 2. Back in the day, the Japanese government thought about banning the PlayStation 2 because it felt that its processor was potentially powerful enough to guide missiles.
Case in point, right there. Case in point.
Even though computers would have reached that point on its own anyways. Okay. But yeah, Uncharted 4 comes out. Yeah, pretty much. So Nintendo's doing the best it can right now, and Xbox is just on idle.
Well,
Let's see.
Xbox is just going to depend on their big titles, later on.
Big titles and Windows 10. Next comment is from Sad Panda. The gestures were hilarious in Fable, especially the farting one.
I mean, if you're that kind of person that enjoys
I mean,
fart
they
jokes.
were. Like, that's not a lie.
Goofy and silly.
No, I mean, I guess who doesn't love a fart joke? Fart thing.
Let's see.
Farting is such sweet sorrow. You get what I did there? What I did there?
I think I missed it.
I said farting is such sweet sorrow.
Oh God. I suggested this to Ray earlier today. With the number of puns and innuendos that fly around here, I think there should be a meetup group formed, and we should call it the Reno Pun Club. Because the amount of punning I hear around here is getting to the point where you could make a club specifically for puns.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
God,
Can I just...
that was actually so smooth that I'm not even gonna be butthurt about it.
Ah. But yes, the Reno Pun Club. We make it happen and watch the whole city facepalm. Okay, final comment is from Yo Mama Likes Me. What? EverQuest canceled?
Does she,
Why are
though?
we not
Does
talking
she?
about this?
Well, I mean,
I'm
with
sorry.
all due respect, I'm not talking about it because I don't care.
Say what?
I mildly talked about it because, hey, it's EverQuest. I haven't seen anything since EverQuest 2, and even EverQuest 2 is still getting expansions. Hey,
Yeah,
fully
it's been-
destructive
it's been
environments.
like
That sounds like a
forever.
nightmare to code, but hey, who knows? Maybe this could, kind of bring back what EverQuest is sort of about and, get people thinking about it again. But no, it died.
It's been like forever that we've heard about EverQuest, huh?
Yeah, and, like a lot of MMOs, you've got people that won't give up on it. Including EverQuest 1.
Yeah, I never got into the game. Sorry, guys, but this is not for me.
But yeah, we talked about talked a little bit about it, but EverQuest is a long time ago. Like, by the time, like for me, it's like, MMOs, RuneScape, that Ragnarok Online and RuneScape. First ever MMO I ever played was Ragnarok Online. This was about like 2003, 2004, so WoW just came out, and then like someone suggested me RuneScape because free. And dang,
Actually,
Nintendo
that's
64 graphics.
It's funny too. Like the only way I would play MMOs on PC or whatever would be the free ones.
Yeah, and that's why RuneScape became popular, and then, World of Warcraft happened. And we know what went on from there.
Oh no, Bronson knows what went on from there.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, that's all of our comments.
Keep talking to us, guys. We appreciate it.
I'm excited that we actually had this many weeks of consistent commentary.
Yes.
So I'm pretty happy again. I'm pretty happy.
As always, like I said, we will try and answer as many as we can.
Oh, we answer all of it. Well, I should be careful when I say we will answer all of it, because for all I know, next week we could have 100, which is absolutely fantastic, but...
This is why I said what I said.
Right. Okay, so, might as well throw on our social media before I hand this back to John to close it off. We are, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on twitch.tv/thegameraccess. Below our video player, there's a donation button, so if you would like to donate to our efforts, by all means. I think that's it for social media, actually.
Yeah, you got follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, all of that fun jazz.
Yeah, 60-minute access. As the time this episode goes up, the 60-minute access this week is Plants vs. Zombies, Garden Warfare 2, I think. Enjoy playing God, enjoy the Gamecast, and we got a comic coming up this week, and it will be on The Division. Sneak peek.
Yeah, we have other stuff planned, guys. Just
watch our other shows too. If you like this show, you'll like the other shows too. Okay, I'll hand this back to John now.
Alright, guys, that's pretty much spiel. So, thank you for listening to us today. Check out all of our other fun stuff. Do all of our social media stuff. You guys have heard it a million times. And guess what? You're going to hear it a million more times. That's cool because we're worth it. So, anyway, we will see you guys next week. So, have a good week.
What, are we Maybelline? Is that what because we're worth it? Or CoverGirl?
Yeah, alright. Have a great week, guys. See ya.
Okay.
Bye.